with mass immigration, they're going to have an insuperable majority. After Obama won, Rudy Teixeira, one of the many Democrats who had bragged about, ha, 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 immigrants are turning the country blue, said, here it is. I call it George McGovern's revenge. Look at how Obama won. He did not get a majority of historic Americans, but he got a huge majority of immigrants and of our usual base, minorities, women, divorcees, college professors. But it was so to stand out. And Republicans are bad on immigration because their donors want the cheap labor and don't care what kind of country it is. They really often are the way we don't like to think of big corporations. This isn't small businessmen, it's big corporations. They don't care. But so that was the bravest position he took, in a way brave, by standing against the parties and the corporations and the donors. But it was of a piece of all of his populist issues, ending NATO, bringing manufacturing back. We've lost something like, I think this is in Trump We Trust, about 20,000 manufacturing jobs since the early 90s. I mean, we all know about the opioids sweeping the nation. It's just the working class and the middle class has been so run over by globalists and Wall Street and the two parties. It was the populist issues that were so stunning. I mean, one issue, it seems like a small point. It's not like it's going to, pay the entire national debt, but the carried interest loophole or the tax loophole for hedge fund managers. It was sort of stunning to me, actually, that Donald Trump was the only politician in either party who said that's unfair. I'm sure your listeners have heard Warren Buffett going on about how outrageous it is that he pays a lower tax rate than his secretary. And yes, he could pay more if he wanted to. But the point is, he's right. And why does he feel like he can do that? Because he knows neither party, not the Republicans, not the Democrats, are going to touch that. I don't know why the Republicans won't touch it. They don't even get the money, the campaign money. Wall Street gives all its money to the Democrats. But on that stage, I distinctly remember when Trump brought it up, I think it was the very first debate, and John Kasich jumped in and said, no, we need to keep it for capitalism and investment, or some jackass response like that. No, giving hedge fund guys a totally unfair loophole. It has nothing to do with capitalism. It has nothing to do with encouraging investments. Donald Trump was the only person, the only politician who said he'd get rid of it. Then he gets to office and hires Gary Cohn from Goldman Sachs. Oh, no, we need to keep this loophole. I mean, that's just indicative of him turning his back. When he got the day he was elected, I never thought I'd see this day. We have a president of the United States who got elected without a penny from Wall Street. He owes them nothing. And what was his position? I know, let's turn the keys of the kingdom over to Wall Street. Well, I shouldn't be bashing him. There's still time to vote. The other side is a disaster. I'm terrified of the identity politics we're going to have. I'd love to see the media weep. They have been absolutely outrageous. But I suppose it's clear I'm not hugely optimistic.
You're not hugely optimistic about his winning, or you're not hugely optimistic about him?
Well, both.
Right. I'm hugely optimistic about him. But, you see, you're a voice that's necessary because you try to make sure that the ship stays in the direction that it should be headed. And I appreciate that. But given what he has accomplished and what he has stopped and what he has illuminated, I did not know, to be perfectly honest, I did not know the corruption at the highest echelons of the American government until Donald Trump. The FBI is corrupt. The CIA is corrupt. The bureaucracy is corrupt. The State Department is corrupt. I did not know that. Yes,
I agree. The swamp is a real concept. I am so grateful to Trump for giving us a word. You can't understand things until you have a word for it. Now we have the word, and yes, I completely agree with you. Even after Trump's election, I didn't realize how bad the swamp was. It's real. That's our enemy. I don't think the populist issues are going away, and hopefully he will have sparks.
And on your passion issue, which I share, they have already announced. Biden has announced. What is it? 11 million, 21 million? I don't remember the number. Pathway to citizenship of illegal immigrants.
Yes. There are a lot of terror scenarios with Biden and Kamala. I mean, who knows how far they'll get in any of these endeavors, but they are angry. They want truth and reconciliation commissions to investigate anyone who supported Trump, anyone on the other side. I mean, you've seen them talking on TV. They want to change the country fast. They can't wait. They can't just wait for immigration to change it for them.
All right, we'll be back in a moment. And Coulter, then I want to take your calls. There's a lot to talk about.